One of the games that has stuck with me the most through my entire life has been Super Mario 64. I played it as a kid, I play it as an adult, I will probably end up playing it as an old man in whatever old folks home I happen to get stuck in. It's a pretty big deal.
Don't know how to put this. I'm kind of a big deal.
And it was the first game I ever owned. You know, my parents never let me have a console when I was a kid until one day they just came home and were like, "What's up, dog? Got you an N64." And I was like, cool. And that's where the love affair began. I played the hell out of that game, man. Every day and night, exploring every single little inch of that entire world, every level, every secret, every nook and cranny. I was completely smitten by this realm that was presented before me, you know, this walkway, this beach, this courtyard, this entrance. It was the first 3D video game world that I ever experienced, and I want to talk to you all just a little bit about it. You see, before I had the N64, all I ever really had the chance to play were the Super Nintendo games that my neighbor had. They babysat me after school, and I played Super Mario World and Street Fighter and Link to the Past, all of that good stuff. But they were always just games to me for some reason, you know? It was always like, yeah, this is a wicked platformer, but like, I'm just pressing A, trying to beat my friend's score, trying not to rage quit at this doll scene bullshit over here. I never really felt a sense of attachment or immersion. You know, a lot of it probably had to do with the fact that I was only ever really there for like an hour at a time, and most of that time was spent slamming PB&Js and hitting shit in the yard with a stick. But the point remains, when I was able to get my hands on Super Mario 64, my own copy, my own game, oh my God, dude, it was like seeing a naked chick for the first time, you know? Soft music started playing, doves flew in through the window on a sunbeam, the clouds parted, and God stuck his face through and was like, "What up, dude? That game looks fun." Suddenly, Mario actually became this guy in this place, this world that I recognized and wanted to explore. This place where things actually lived and did stuff and existed. I wasn't just scrolling across a screen, looking at clouds with eyes and blocks with eyes and mushrooms with, you know, everything just had eyes. It was really weird, okay? But suddenly I was playing a game where everything had the appropriate amount of eyes. It was great. I mean, a lot of it probably had to do with the fact that it was 3D. Another large part of it probably had to do with the fact that it was finally my own game that I could just sit in front of the TV with for hours on end until my parents completely regretted getting it for me. But nonetheless, there was a certain magic about it. You know, Mario has this world and this lore and this existence, this setting that people are so accustomed to. The Mushroom Kingdom, it's got Goombas and Bob-ombs and John Leguizamo. But Super Mario 64 was the first game where I was like, damn, dude, these things actually exist somewhere. They're not just 2D sprites. They have their own little homes and their own little lives, and that was a pretty transformative experience, you know? And that's the importance that I wanted to impart about this game, you know? A lot of people talk about Super Mario 64 in really reverential terms, right? It revolutionized 3D platforming and video games in general and ushered in the second coming of Jesus Christ or something like that. And although I was too young at the time to really recognize any of that stuff, I'll give it those props, man. I get it. It pushed the bar forward in a lot of ways, but the one place that I don't think it really gets enough love for is this world that it built. The magic that it poured into the thought that, wow, you know, there's something going on here. This is where Peach lives. She has a slip and slide. She is holding innumerable sentient beings hostage behind these weird paint realms. And that's a pretty dark interpretation, but you know, sometimes you save a baby penguin, sometimes you murder a baby penguin. What are you gonna do? This new world has freedom in all directions. And I think that the world building aspect of this game and the immersion that it supplied with that is pretty underplayed in relation to how people talk about this game. It really showed me that video games could be these truly realized worlds and pieces of art, no matter how odd or colorful that they were. And that informed a lot about my mentality in regards to this art form in general. And look at me now, a massively successful YouTuber making extremely important and influential videos on the topic. Wow. But that's about all I really wanted to say on the matter. You know, Super Mario 64 is responsible for more than just catapulting 3D platforming into stardom. It was the catalyst for a very important video game universe, the Marioverse. And I think I will leave you there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you made it this far. I hope you liked it. If you did, subscribe, comment, all that kind of good stuff. And I hope to see you on the next one. Love ya. Bye-bye.